Good evening, alumni. Here we go. Good evening, alumni, honored guests, administrators, faculty, staff, parents, family, friends, and students who are soon to be graduates. We're honored by your presence here this evening. Students, the journey that will bring you to the graduation stage tonight started several years ago. It most likely took place at where some of the best laid plans happened, around the kitchen table. Years ago, you made a commitment to be someone truly special. As a student of hospitality, you made a commitment to enter an industry that is treasured and revered. Hospitality in the United States has truly arrived. You are about to join the country's most important industry. When you took those plans, those dreams, perhaps made around that kitchen table, and turned them into action, you committed to a journey. As a student of culinary arts, restaurant management, pastry arts, and hotel management, you were prepared to learn, work hard, and truly succeed. Here you are tonight, an evening not only marked by the culmination of your dedication as a student, but also at the continuation of what will become truly wonderful careers. This evening is not about the end. It's about continuation, because success is a journey. It's not the destination. As you cross the graduation stage this evening, stand proud, not only for the accomplishments that you have made, but also for the journey you are about to begin. Your hard work and dedication took you into kitchens filled with international cuisines. You uncorked the mysteries of wine. You crafted beautiful pastries that marked many a celebration. You brought a true sense of hospitality to life. Your journey took you into restaurants, pastry shops, and hotels in the region. You've been tested hundreds of times. You started the day early in the morning and ended your day of hard work late into the evening. You've made many unique accomplishments that no other college graduate in the country can claim. You should be proud. This evening is about you. There are many people in this hall this evening that also deserve special recognition. First, to my colleagues, the administrators, faculty, staff members, my colleagues who gather together each day with our students to create this wonderful college community of passionate, dedicated people. Congratulations. Equally important are all of the people seated right behind our soon-to-be graduates, the parents, family, relatives, friends. It's because of your ongoing support that these wonderful students, soon-to-be graduates, will be continuing on their journey of success. Thank you to all of you. I am now proud to present my colleague, our hotel management professor, and the leader of the Student Leadership Development Institute, Akita Brooks.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. I would like to begin by recognizing an exceptional group of students who are not only graduating from the Walnut Hill College, but who also successfully completed a program at the college called the Student Leadership Development Institute. Thank you. Let me be the first to provide you with some insight into the Student Leadership Development Institute. The Institute is only eligible to students who excelled during their associate degree program and who made the decision to pursue their bachelor's degree. This very select group of students must then be nominated by the faculty and staff of the college and complete a rigorous selection process. Once selected, in addition to their coursework, internships, work, and hopefully life, student leaders earn funds for their tuition by engaging in 15 hours of weekly student leadership assignments. They also support college events and activities, and perhaps most importantly, act as role models to our underclassmen and ambassadors to future student leaders. Being a student leader is both challenging and rewarding, and I'm extremely proud of our student leaders and wish them the best in all their endeavors. At this time, I would like to recognize our graduating student leaders and successful completion of the Student Leadership Development Institute by having them join me on stage. If I call your name, please come on stage. First, Culinary Arts graduate and student leader, Thomas Bridges. Culinary Arts graduate and student leader, Blaze Taylor. Culinary Arts graduate and student leader, Samantha Tioli. Culinary Arts graduate and student leader, Stefan Thomas. Culinary Arts graduate and student leader, Brianna Rodriguez. Pastry Arts graduate and student leader, Hannah Dillon. Pastry Arts graduate and student leader, Jasmine Loper. Pastry Arts graduate and student leader, Eric Hiroga. Pastry Arts graduate and student leader, Nikaylee Reyes. Pastry Arts graduate and student leader, Kai Scott. Pastry Arts graduate and student leader, Quinn Godin. Once again, congratulations.
Good evening to all of our graduates, families, friends, faculty, staff, our honored alumni, and of course our guests. Tonight, I am privileged to recognize some of our graduates who've excelled in one or more areas while attending Walnut Hill College. But before I do, I want to recognize all of you for the decision you made to embark on a career in hospitality. Not so long ago, you made the commitment to become someone truly special. You chose to enter an industry that requires dedication, passion, commitment, creativity, and the ability to overcome unique challenges every single day, or dare I say, every single moment. You're part of a very unique set of people who have chosen a life of service. One of Walnut Hill College's most important values is hospitality is at the heart of all we do. To you, hospitality is not a job. It is not an act. It is not a task. Hospitality is not a job requirement. Hospitality is a part of who you are. Hospitality is a personality trait. When you see someone in need, you don't feel as though it's an act of kindness to help them. To you, it's an obligation. You must help them. Hospitality-minded people like you and I will forego our own comfort, forego our own well-being, just to ensure that our guests are comfortable. The others first mentality is woven into the fabric of your being. I have met all of you, and I've had the pleasure of spending a week studying abroad with many of you. In fact, I just got back from spending a week with our baccalaureate degree students as we experienced moments of hospitality firsthand as we traveled through England. It's due on Friday, by the way. I know the hospitality value is instilled in each and every one of you. I know that you will carry it with you in your career, in your life. I encourage you to embrace that value and wear it with pride. Now that you are graduates and we are colleagues, when we cross one another's paths in the future, I will always ask two questions. First, where are you working? Regardless of your response, I will follow it up with a significantly more important question. Will you feed me for free? Of course, we're kidding. My second question to all of our graduates is simply, are you happy? I genuinely care about your answer. As I mentioned earlier, life is full of challenges. Don't let happiness be one of them. On behalf of Walnut College, I want to say thank you for putting your trust in us. I cannot wait to see the amazing futures that lie ahead of each and every one of you. Now on to some honors and awards for the evening. Our first award, if you ask any hospitality professional what the most important characteristics of a team member are, most of them will say, show up, on time, in uniform, with a good attitude. Show up. Likely the most important characteristic of a hospitality professional is to show up. Our first award this evening goes to honor those individuals who did just this. They showed up to every class session entirely. These students were not absent for a single class, they were never late, and they never left early. Allow me to just put how monumental of a task that is into perspective for you. Over an 18-month period, our graduates completed nearly 40 courses. That translates into over 1,500 hours. 1,500 hours of class time. In addition, students may have completed internships, student life and learning hours, work, community service, and perhaps one or two of them may have actually had a life. Please join me in congratulating the following students who achieved perfect attendance this year. Will the following graduates join me on stage? Michaela Danielle Artman. Christina Rose Bunker. Sean Collins. Ariana Colon. Mackenzie Dillon. Cheyenne N. Morgan. Charles Allen Redford III. And Samantha Teal. If any of you are looking to hire someone, start here. These folks show up. One of the highest accolades we offer at our commencement ceremonies is the spirit of hospitality. All of our faculty and all of our staff at Walnut College are asked to select a student from the entire graduating class, regardless of their grade point average, whom they feel displayed an extra special characteristics that represent the spirit of hospitality. Graduating with the Spirit of Hospitality Award for the Associate Class of 2026 is Culinary Arts student and student leader, Sienna Alexis Franklin. And graduating with the Spirit of Hospitality Award for the Baccalaureate Class of 2026, Pastry Arts student and student leader, Hannah Mackenzie Dillon. Throughout their time at Walnut Hill College, all of our graduates have worked hard to achieve the highest academic standards. There's no better way to exemplify the diligence and level of academic excellence our graduates have attained than our Salutatorian and Valedictorian. They are truly the creme de la creme, achieving the highest grade point average and numerical score amongst their peers. This evening we'll be honoring associate and baccalaureate degree graduates from both our February and June cohorts who are able to join us. Beginning with our Associate of Science degree, our salutatorian for the February 2026 graduating class with an associate's degree in hospitality management, Jordan Carter. Graduating as our salutatorian for the June 2026 class with an associate's degree in culinary arts, Stacia Foster. As for our valedictorians, graduating as our valedictorian for the June 2026 class, Catherine Hansen. And finally, graduating as our February 2026 Associate Degree Valedictorian, representing and speaking on behalf of our Associate Degree graduating class, Pastry Arts graduate, Christina Rose Bonta.
Good evening, everyone. I'm honored and grateful to be standing here before you all as your valedictorian for the February 2026 Associate Degree class. I wouldn't be able to stand here today without all of the support of the chefs, faculty, my fellow classmates, friends, and family. As I thought about what I could speak about, I had a million different ideas. If you know me at all, you might expect me to get up here for the next 5 minutes and talk about Disney. But I'm not going to do that. Well, maybe a few references here or there. Instead, I wanted to speak to you all about what we've learned during our time in our associate's degree and how that shaped us into who we are today and who we will be in the future. I remember back to our very first day of classes, all sitting together in the Center for Hospitality Studies, surveying the room to see who we would be with for the next 18 months. Walking into those kitchen classes, struggling to lug our kitchen batch, which would inevitably cause us back problems all in the near future, and probably end up with a few mysterious stains from who knows where on them. But those first few days were the first steps into the experiences and friendships that would change our lives forever. I've seen so many of us form and build friendships that would make you think we've known each other for our whole lives. I think we can all turn to one another and say, thank you for being a friend and that I'll be there for you. I've seen those of us who were terrified to open the deck oven for fear of being yelled at, for slamming or breaking the glass, being able to pull out bread with no fear of burning our hands. And trust me, it hurts bad if you burn your head into the deck ovens. I'm sure lots of us have the scars to prove it. I'm sure every single student who is sitting out in the audience today has thought of a way in which they have grown in knowledge, skills, friendship, and confidence in one way or another. But I won't lie and say that every single moment here has been a positive one for us. We've all experienced the fear of what happens if I look at my alarm clock in the morning and I'm late for operations. I've been there before. We've all experienced upset when maybe we didn't score as well as we thought we would on an assignment, or our cake just won't get those stained square sides. Frustration when our chocolate just won't temper after trying it for 3 blessed times in the hot weather, or our fabrication skills don't look clean. Annoyance and discomfort of having to suffer in a kitchen in the summertime with no AC that feels like a sauna while making hot soup or over a stove. Or the disappointment, like being promised a rap about sugar in your first term in your freshman year and you're still waiting for it. But just like Dory would say in Finding Nemo, when life gets you down, do you want to know what you just gotta do? Just keep swimming. Dwelling on the past and our insecurities will only lead to self-doubt. But when we instead look ahead and view our struggles not as obstacles, but as advantages in our lives, we can see what good they did to us. I have no doubt about it that we can all learn from those mistakes and trials in our lives, and what we learn only makes us stronger and smarter. As the great Chef Gusteau would say, anyone can cook, but only the fearless can be great. And speaking of great chefs, I can't not speak about how absolutely amazing our chef instructors are. I applaud each and every one of you for having to put up and manage with sleep-deprived 18-year-olds at 6 o'clock in the morning. It's not an easy thing to do, and your ability to mostly keep calm is something I will never understand. Your selfless attitudes, care for each and every one of your students, advanced skills and knowledge, patience for our mistakes, responses to our SOS messages when we can't find the popularly dropped box, and the hope that we will succeed and all that we have and all that we do have all made an impact in who we are, not just as students, but as people in our everyday lives. And to that, I think we can all say thank you to each and every one of you. I hope that you are all proud as you look out into the face of the students who you have helped to grow and change for the better. And I can't forget all of our other teachers and faculty for what they have done for us. Without them, our election classes wouldn't have been as manageable, we'd be running around clueless during events, our sheet pans wouldn't be clean, and we wouldn't have those amazing surprise Italian sodas from the pastry shop. I could go on and on and on about all of our amazing memories and lessons learned, but I unfortunately don't have all evening. I know many of us would love to freeze the picture and save it from the funny drifts of time, but eventually all good things must come to an end. Just like Winnie the Pooh said, how lucky I am to have something that makes us saying goodbye so hard. As we prepare for the next big transition in our lives, whether that be into the workforce or another year's shenanigans here at the school, I hope we never forget the lessons and memories we've all had here at Walnut Hill College. From how in the world did we play Tetris in the walk-in, to discussing a Beyonce concert while making marzipan fruits, to laughing hysterically about a badly dubbed, English-dubbed animated blackcurrant in France. May our time here at Walnut Hill be one we look back and remember fondly. Good luck and congratulations once again to the class of 2026.
Thank you, Christine. Equally as dedicated, passionate, and eager to advance in their careers are our baccalaureate degree graduates. So eager that most of them have already left the area to embark on careers in hospitality. Salutatorian for the June class of 2026, graduating with bachelor's degree in pastry arts, Hannah Mackenzie Dillon. Our valedictorian for the February 2026 class, graduating with a bachelor's degree in culinary arts, Patrick Lingle. And last but certainly not least, our valedictorian for the June 2026 baccalaureate degree class, representing and speaking for her class with her bachelor's degree in culinary arts, Samantha Tioli.
Good evening, everyone. To my fellow graduates, chefs, professors, admin, friends, and family, it's such an honor to be standing here tonight. I should probably start with a disclaimer. I wouldn't exactly call public speaking one of my strong skills, so thank you in advance for bearing with me. Tonight, I want us to take a moment to recognize just how far we've come. Each of us has our own story of how we've gotten here, but we've all shared so many memories from the same experiences. From spending extra hours practicing knife cuts from carrots from Supremos, or trying over and over again to pipe the perfect rose, memorizing the steps of service, surviving proficiencies, and finally to running our own Bachelor Select menu. There were late nights, early mornings, stressful exams, and countless moments where we questioned whether we'd get everything done or even make our turnout time. But we did. Every challenge taught us something, not just about cooking or hospitality, but about ourselves. We learned how to balance school, work, family, and personal lives. We learned resilience, discipline, and the value of showing up, even on the days when we were exhausted. I also hope everyone leaves here with more than just a diploma. One of the best parts about being such a small school is the community we've built together. We've celebrated each other's successes, supported each other through setbacks, and formed friendships that I hope will last long after tonight. In an industry that's built around taking care of others, we first learned how to take care of each other. One of our biggest lessons I've learned here is that there really isn't no such thing as perfection in this industry. I'll admit I'm someone who always tries and struggles with wanting to everything to be perfect, and maybe some of you guys can relate, but over the past few years, I've realized that perfection isn't nearly as important as growth. Because if we were already perfect, there would be nothing to learn. Every Every overcooked steak, every broken sauce, every burnt caramel, every dish that didn't turn out how we imagined taught us something valuable. Mistakes aren't failures, they're part of the progress. They're what makes us better chefs, better sommeliers, better managers, and just better people all around. Hospitality is a unique profession because so much of it is subjective. You could create a dish that one guest absolutely loves, while another rips you apart on a 1-star Yelp review. That's simply the nature of what we do, but I think that's also the beauty of it. What people remember most isn't just the food or the drink. It's the care, passion, and the intention behind it. So wherever your career takes you, whether it's in a Michelin-starred restaurant, running your own business, managing a hotel, or somewhere completely unexpected, be the kind of professional whose passion is impossible to miss. Put your whole heart into your work because people can feel when what is created comes from a place of genuine care. Before I finish, I'd like us to recognize the people who helped us make this night possible. To our chefs and professors, thank you for pushing us beyond what we thought we were capable of. You challenged us to improve every single day, and because of that, we're leaving here stronger, more confident, and better prepared for what's ahead. To our family and friends, thank you for believing in us during the long nights, the stressful weeks, and everything in between. Your encouragement carries us through more than you'll ever know. And I'd especially like to thank my parents. Thank you for every sacrifice you've ever made to get me the opportunity to be here today. You've instilled in me a work ethic and determination that has shaped me to who I am, and I truly wouldn't be standing here without your love and support, so I'm forever grateful. Finally, to the class of 2026, congratulations. Today isn't just the end of our journey, it's only the beginning. Looking around this room, I know there are future Michelin star chefs, James Beard Award winners, talented sommeliers, entrepreneurs, educators, and leaders. I can't wait to see where life takes each and every one of you. So continue to work hard, stay humble, never stop learning, keep growing, and most importantly, never lose the passion that brought you here in the first place. Congratulations, class of 2026. Thank you.
Seated directly in front of me is a galaxy of future stars. Sometimes, think about it, one star seems to shine a little bit brighter, almost like a guiding light, giving us a sense of direction towards success. Our very special guest this evening, Oliver St. Clair Franklin, is such a star. Mr. St. Clair Franklin is a graduate of Lincoln University here in Pennsylvania and of Oxford University in Great Britain, earning degrees in philosophy and economics. He's also an honorary fellow of Balliol College at Oxford. The former Queen of England awarded him the title Commander of the Order of the British Empire, the highest ranking British honor awarded to individuals for playing a prominent role for their highly distinguished and innovative contributions. Oliver St. Clair Franklin is a successful financial executive, academic, and diplomat. He notably served as the honorary British consul to Greater Philadelphia for 27 years, acting as a vital bridge for international cooperation, cultural exchange, and trade between the United States and the United Kingdom. His tenure involved hosting senior members of the British royal family, government ministers, and members of parliament. It is because of our friendship that Walnut Hill College hosted King Charles and Queen Camilla, and a second royal visit with Prince Edward, the Duke of Edinburgh. Those amazing experiences were memorable moments for our students. Serving the King, Queen, and Prince of England is not your typical dinner service. Oliver St. Clair Franklin curated one of the first Black film festivals in the United States from 1972 to 1978, and then produced documentary films. He became the first deputy city representative for arts and culture for the city of Philadelphia from 1984 until 1990. After his municipal role, he became an executive at several financial services firms specializing in institutional investments. He was the co-managing partner of the first American mutual fund to invest in the Republic of South Africa. He has served on many civic and cultural institutions, including the National Endowments of the Arts, the Pennsylvania Humanities Council, the Philadelphia Foundation, Walnut Hill College, the Independence Historic Trust. He continues to blaze trails and most recently produced and starred in the amazing documentary Becoming American, Philadelphia's Story. This feature-length documentary explores the founding of the United States through the lens of Philadelphia, America's first capital. Tonight, you're going to see a quick glimpse of this great film. Trust me, this is going to be your amuse-bouche to this film. You're going to want to see more. You must see this film. You will want to see this film. For me, the most moving parts of this film are when Oliver St. Clair Franklin looks directly into the lens and delivers the information in a truly meaningful way, as if to say, I will share this with you. You will need to know this. You will want to know this. You will appreciate knowing this. I am extremely honored to present a true leader, an international diplomat, an American, and a true friend, Oliver St. Clair Franklin.
Thank you, Mr. President, and Dr. Dean, faculty, staff, all of the families that are here, and especially you all. I know how hard you work to get it. So I want to say good evening and congratulations. I'm not going to speak long, so you guys can continue on afterwards with all the parties that are taking place. I know the food's going to be good, the drink is going to be good as well. But I do want you to know my own experience serving on this board of Walnut Hill College gave me a much deeper appreciation for the skill, judgment, creativity, and social intelligence required to prepare an elegant meal. This was the most attended board meeting of any institution in this city because at the end of the board meeting, we got a feast. We loved it. And the students served us. And you could tell who's a first-year student, who's a second-year student, and you can tell who was a senior by just the way they came over and corrected you, like, I wouldn't use that pork, sir. So you taught me. But now, how do I respond to it? Now that I fully realize what it takes, I can assure you I tip much better after serving on the board. I used to be a 10% man. What was wrong with me? A 10% man. But boy, when I left the board, or when I see people at a nice meal who say, I think I'll do 10%, I lean over, put my hand on their wallet and say, no, you've got to do much better than that. And it works. So let me congratulate you again on entering a profession that artificial intelligence cannot replace. No AI. There is an automated restaurant in the Atlanta airport that can take your order and deliver your food. But there is no conversation. There is no judgment. There is no hospitality. I could not ask a simple question like, how is the seafood today compared to the steak? Or, how spicy is this dish? They would not engage. I actually called someone working. I said, I just want to ask about how fresh the fish is today. And it looked like I called the young man a dirty name. A simple question. He said, I don't know. It's all taken care of in the back. And there was no way to go on and press a button that would give you an answer. So you've got something for AI. It will not touch you. But today, this city is filled with the celebrations of the 250th anniversary of the founding of our republic. You can see it and you can feel it everywhere. Recently, and I was supposed to bring this book, I didn't, because I'm supposed to have a prop when you talk to graduates. You're supposed to say, you know. But recently, I came across a book I've been reading called The Cocked and Boozy, An Intoxicating History of the American Revolution. Now, Benjamin Franklin did a lot of things, and one of the things he did, he wrote a small booklet for 230 words for booze, and cocked and boozy was in there. This book argued that alcohol was merely a social custom in the 18th century. It was a powerful force that shaped politics, economics, military affairs, and ultimately the creation of the United States. Now, we need to understand that when in the 18th century, pubs were also, or the tavern was also a post office. It was a place where people did business. It was a place you went to get news. They read newspapers aloud because most people couldn't drink. And most people couldn't read. They could drink all right, trust me. This book will tell you. And when you read this book, you'll figure everybody was who's out when they were writing everything, including the Declaration of Independence. But what this says is how important hospitality was. It was the opportunity for people to come together, discuss ideas, come to conclusions, and get actions. And the same thing takes place today. You go, if you have an issue, a business issue, a social issue, you say, let's go to dinner. And let's go to someplace nice. Because after a good meal, you kind of hear the other person. Because a good meal and a good environment brings the best out in everyone. So rum and cider, beer and wine were woven into everyday life. It was a little bit less. The IPAs were much less. But in many ways, the revolution was fueled by tavern politics. And of course, when the British decided to put a tax on rum and spirits, that was it. They had all these complaints about stamp taxes and taxes on land. But when the British decided to tax the spirit, that was it. They were done. And people said, we're out. We can't get out. You can't do that. So you are learning how to serve food and to prepare a meal. You are learning how to create spaces where people can gather, connect, celebrate, debate, and most important, build trust. Most important, build trust. It's not a small thing. It is an essential human thing, and it is something no machine can truly duplicate. So I want to ask, not you all, but all your friends, your family, to give you all a nice clap. Because you're working in institutions that build trust. So 3 years ago, I decided I wanted to produce a film about Philadelphia during our founding era. That's from 1770s to about 1801. At that time, this city was the capital of this young republic. But I wanted to make it from the perspective of the free and literate black community in this city of that time. They were a very vibrant community, but somehow their stories got lost and it isn't in the history books. And producing a film is much like a creative, delicious meal. Culinary is community, and so is filmmaking. When it's the farmers, wow, it's the farmers and producers that you source from. I source from writers and researchers. And while you go into the kitchen with your recipes, people, pots, pan, and spices, I have a script, actors, cinematographers, gaffers, sound technicians, and editors. And while you have waiters and greeters, I have a marketing staff. And two, I want to say something too. Something always goes wrong. No matter how much you plan a production, no matter how much you plan a good meal, what? You didn't order that particular salt we needed for this particular dish? With me, it's always, wait a minute, you didn't tell me I had to bring that on the set yesterday. So something always goes wrong. And it forces us, you and me, as a producer, to improvise. But our goal is the same, to bring all of these elements together in a way that feels thoughtful and meaningful. You on the plate and me on the screen. We're all creators.
Thank you, Oliver. Thank you, Danny. That was amazing. It's great to see it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call to the podium Dr. Joshua Siri to announce our final roll call. Joining him this evening, on stage, President Lee Bradasholi, Ms. Peggy Lee Bradasholi, Mr. Edwin Pilch, and myself.
Family and friends, graduates, fellow faculty and staff, it is my distinct honor and privilege to perform final roll call this evening. I would like to invite to the stage the Walnut Hill College 2026 graduating class, beginning with our Associate of Science degree recipients. Lila E. Weiss, Associate of Science, History. Marquise Demar Adams Jr., Culinary Arts. Soraya Rose Polidor, Culinary Arts. Jaya Henson, Pastry Arts, magna cum laude. Melina Cecilia Ampla, Culinary Arts. Jackson Benjamin Winkler, Culinary Arts. Kendall Davis, Culinary Arts. Sean Collins, Culinary Arts. Charles Allen Redford III, Culinary Arts, magna cum laude. Cheyenne M. Morton, Culinary Arts, summa cum laude. Jordan Iris Brady, Pastry Arts, summa cum laude. Kayla Lynn Melton, Pastry Arts. Michaela Danielle Artman, Pastry Arts, cum laude. Stacia Foster, Culinary Arts, summa cum laude. Catherine Canson, Pastry Arts, summa cum laude. Jordan L. Carter, Hospitality Management, summa cum laude. Christina Rose Bunker, Pastry Arts, summa cum laude. Jaden Daniel Norwood, Culinary Arts, cum laude. Kylie Nevaeh Carter, Culinary Arts, cum laude. Sienna Alexis Franklin, Culinary Arts, magna cum laude. Michael Patrick Paoli, Culinary Arts, summa cum laude. Ruth Tutulian, Pastry Arts, cum laude. Abigail Fenn, Pastry Arts, cum laude. Brandon Isaiah Short, Pastry Arts, summa cum laude. Ryan Alford, Pastry Arts, cum laude. Madeline Brooks Bennett, Pastry Arts, magna cum laude. Sarah C. Polidor, Pastry Arts, cum laude. Maya Marley Velasquez, Pastry Arts, summa cum laude. Brianna A. Machado, Pastry Arts, cum laude. Becky Zhang, Pastry Arts. Tashawn K. Patton, Pastry Arts. C. Isaiah Reed, Hospitality Management. Evie Lozada, Pastry Arts, cum laude. Sanaa Moore Reed, Pastry Arts. Joshua Corbin Easton, Culinary Arts. Ibrahim Jadala Ahmad, Culinary Arts, magna cum laude. Megan Olivia Manning, Pastry Arts. Brooke Ford, Culinary Arts. Jonathan Westbach, Cascade Kaya Smith, Culinary Arts. Brianna Alexandra Bonaparte, culinary arts, cum laude. Imani Jones, culinary arts. Graduating with both an associate degree in pastry arts and a bachelor degree in culinary arts, Brianna Rodriguez. At this time, I would like to invite our Bachelor of Science degree recipients to our stage. Tyler C. Burkhardt, pastry arts. Serenity L, culinary arts. Patrick Lingle, culinary arts, magna cum laude. James Quinn Godin, pastry arts. Eric Derek Kuroka, pastry arts, cum laude. Jasmine Loper, pastry arts, cum laude. Michaeli Ann Reyes, pastry arts, magna cum laude. Kaya Scott, pastry arts, summa cum laude. Sanai Nash Easley, restaurant management. Blaze Taylor, culinary arts, cum laude. Thomas George Bridges, culinary arts. Hannah Mackenzie Dillon, pastry arts, summa cum laude. Samantha Pioli, culinary arts, summa cum laude. Dean E. Johnson, culinary arts. Angelica Morel Bolantino, culinary arts. Alyssa Finelli, culinary arts, summa cum laude. Zachary Woodley, culinary arts. Sophie Yvonne Loiselet, restaurant manager. Nathan Thomas, restaurant manager. Bradley Astavesa, culinary arts. Ariana M. Colon, culinary arts, summa cum laude. Stefan Thomas, culinary arts, cum laude. Ashley Stitt, culinary arts. By the authority vested in me, I proudly confer upon you these degrees with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereunto. Graduates, let me be the first to address you as colleagues. Please join me in turning of the tassel by moving your tassel from the right to the left side of your caps. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Walnut College's graduating class